Hey, how's it going, everybody? Garcia here with your daily portfolio update. So, in this video, I'll break down the portfolio, show you the moves that I made today, share some of the posts from Twitter, and give the shoutouts at the very end. Okay, so let's get to it. So, today we closed at 228, but after hours, we are at $229,446.44. So, another good day. I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I will just continue enjoying it, continue crying over my Palantir covered calls, and we'll see how we'll see what happens here. Let's see. Go to the holdings. Let's see what has happened so far. So, biggest winners for today. SoFi went up by 8.5%. So SoFi, Tesla, Palantir, and Enovix. Wow. So currently, some of my top holdings were some of the best winners today, which I guess shows up in the portfolio. Rocket Lab went up by 1%. It had a pretty good dip in the middle of the day that I did take advantage of. I scooped up about 300 shares at around $13 today. Excuse me. And the rest, thankfully, are stocks that I actually may have even closed. There's a little preview for you guys there. And boom. I think I also closed that. All right, so it's a little preview on the change of holdings. All right, let's check out the small account. The small account becoming a medium account at this point went up 4.8% today. We're up 118% year to date and all time, going back to April 11th of 2024. So our buying power, I believe, has changed a little bit because I did buy some Rocket Lab. I think I bought 20 shares of Rocket Lab here, and big changes as well with the TSLL that I had here. So I sold all of the TSLL shares that I owned here, and I bought Tesla shares instead. The reason I did that is because Tesla has had a monster run for the past 3 months. I mean, it's of course it can continue going up, but I am de-risking by getting rid of the TSLL shares, taking the profits, and putting it right into regular Tesla shares. So far it seems to have worked. And that is my plan as well with these Enovix calls and Rocket Lab calls, is if these companies go through a massive monster run, 1-2 months, who knows, then I will also convert these long calls into shares. So in this portfolio, we now have 300 Rocket Lab shares, up from 280. So we got $4,000 in Rocket Lab, 2,200 in Tesla, and about 900 in Enovix. Okay, let's check out the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA, wow, was up almost 11% today. I mean, basically 11% if you count the after hours move. Holy shit. All right, we're up 136% year to date and all time as well, going back to December 22nd of last year. Boom. Buying power has also changed because I also sold the Tesla $330 calls. So the Tesla $330 calls, I sold at a very nice profit. Here we go. So here's the history. On October 22nd, I bought these calls and I paid $6,300 for it. And today, I sold them all. I closed them for $17,280. I got $15,000 of that, $15,700, and I bought Tesla shares with that. So basically de-risking as well. I don't know if it's going to continue going up, and if it does, I am still long Tesla. I am still going to take advantage of whatever move Tesla makes from now forward. I'm not out of the stock. I have simply de-risked the portfolio a bit. And I think in hindsight, I think it'll be a good move. Even if Tesla continues rocketing up, I'm not going to get any FOMO. I got my profit, I locked it in, and I got more shares than if I would have, let's just see, how many shares could I have bought for 6,000? Let's go to dollar amount. How much was it? Like 6,200? Wow, it won't even show me? Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to do the regular way, I guess. Not even 20 shares. Wow. See, I wouldn't have even been able to afford 20 shares because I think I paid 6,200. So let's say 19 shares, 19 and a half shares. So I turned 19 and a half shares into 50, basically, using the same amount of money from October 22nd. So now I have a $16,000 exposure to Tesla, about 11,000 in Rocket Lab, 2,000 in Innovix, and 400 in Accelera. I bought more Rocket Lab in this account, I believe. I believe I also bought shares here. Yes, I did. So today I bought 100 shares at $13.05. So far it's going pretty good. So I'm just gonna continue doing it. Whatever I'm doing, it seems to be working, and I'm just gonna keep chugging along. All right. In the big account, we were up 2.5% today, and yeah, about 4,600. But we're at 189,000. Man, it's crazy. In the past 3 months, we're up 79.5%. Year to date, we're up 196%. 196.5% in the past year, and 129% all time, going back to August 2nd, 2021. Man, it's pretty insane to think about how I can just pull out literally 100 grand of this account and I'll be back to, and then the rest would be house money. But I'm definitely not going to be doing that. All right, buying power. I believe it has gone up since the last update. And here as well, I also sold the Tesla calls. They were the same strike and profit as the Roth IRA. And with those profits, I bought the 50 shares on Tesla here. Something I noticed too is now we have 200 shares of SoFi. Why? Because I also took profits on the SoFi calls. So here they are. So I bought the SoFi calls for around $1,700 a couple days ago, and I sold them today for a $2,400 profit. Or not a profit, but the difference between those two is what, around 700, 800 in profit. And I took all that and I put it back into SoFi shares. So once again, de-risking my portfolio from SoFi tanking or staying flat. I would rather just take the profits now. And I decided to sell a covered call because I never learned my lesson. So I sold a covered call for $12.50, and it is already immediately underwater. I only sold one just in case I would have to roll it or double down. I would have another 100 shares to do that. So, okay. And something too that people might ask is like, how do you know, or what makes you decide whether you're going to be exiting this or not, or even buying into it? And I keep it simple. I'm not going to I don't get very complicated with this. I really just look at a 5-year chart. I look at the weekly RSI. Let's see. Or if there has been a dramatic move. I think before their earnings, there was a pretty dramatic move on Tesla. Yeah, I think here, the daily RSI was down to 36 right before their earnings. And I figured, you know what? I think this is a good time. I think if the RSI is on the lower end, then I will just buy the leap now. I was considering waiting after earnings, but hey, the opportunity presented itself. And just after a couple of days of buying the option here, I mean, look at the RSI now. The RSI, we're at 76. Can it go higher? Of course it can, but I'm not here to get the exact top. And if I look at the five-year on the weekly, it is also approaching 70. So I'm perfectly fine with exiting the long call and de-risking it by going into shares. Okay. And I think that's it. Oh, please hit the like button if you're still watching, if you're still tuned in. Leave a comment down below. Let me know that you are enjoying the content, or if you are, leave your feedback. I'm still holding on to the Palantir shares. I'm still holding on. My covered calls are for $46. Are 3,000 shares right now are currently tied up in this. So it's a lot. It's a lot of shares to have tied up in these covered calls. But I was able to roll up to February 21st. I rolled up for a credit, and I'm just going to continue rolling. This has become a long-term thing. I have given up on trying to make income or trying to bring in money through the door through Palantir covered calls, because I much would rather qualify for capital appreciation. So I will continue rolling up and out for as long as it takes. Yeah, wow. So my Palantir position is now officially $200,000. I don't think it's ever been that much. Insane. Screenshot. Okay. Let's go to the post from Twitter. I thought this was very interesting. If you guys ever have time, read this article from my friend Mike. He's a former Democrat who voted for Trump, and he wrote a letter to his Philadelphia Democrat friends. And, I'll just read the first and last paragraph. On November 5th, the majority of Americans did not go to the polls to vote for one individual. They went to the polls to vote for a new engine of leadership that focuses on issues that directly impact Americans. And the last paragraph. People don't give a fuck about Trump's legal bullshit or groping incident from 35 years ago. This wasn't about Trump the individual. People want government representation, and the status quo hasn't given them that in decades. It was a massive fuck you to the establishment, and Trump was merely the vessel. The middle part is incredible too. It's just for time, but read it, please read it, guys. It was awesome.
Good afternoon.
All right, so I'm going to make you guys sit through Palantir's entire third quarter 2024 earnings call.
Good afternoon. I'm Anna Saro from Palantir's finance team, and I'd like to welcome you to our third quarter 2024 earnings call.
Given how strong our results are, I almost feel like we should just go home. But, we...
Thank you. That concludes Q&A for today's call.
Perma bears right now. So here, just showing people on Twitter my 170% gain on the calls and what I did with the money. This was in the individual account, the taxable, and this was in the Roth. Palantir bulls will get exhausted at these levels. Palantir bulls at these levels. Another day, another 300 Rocket Lab shares. Oh man. Some of you motherfuckers seem to be in every single big move of the day, but censor the dollar and contract amount. Nice 300% gain on your single option contract. And no, I'm not talking about the average trader. I'm referring to the ones clout chasing or selling a trading service. Like, I see it all the time, like on the feed or on the For You, where they try to recommend people, traders or investors. They're saying, oh my gosh, guys, the Discord is eating good tonight. And they show like a 2,000% gain on an option contract. But then it doesn't show how many dollars they're up. It doesn't show how many contracts they bought. And every single day, they're constantly posting these wins, these wins, these wins. What that leads me to believe is that they buy one of almost every cheap contract, and then they just show you the winners. They show you the one that did well, and they make you believe that they went all in on this one ballsy contract. I don't think so. And for people who are going to say, oh, they don't show the amounts because of privacy or because they don't want to show off, I think showing the screenshot with the intention of showing off the gains or showing off the percent gain is already showing off. So you might as well just show the entire amount. Like it, especially if you're trying to sell a subscription service, you're trying to sell a trading service, you expect people to pay you for this information. Why don't you show people that you're legit? So that's my rant for the day. And with that, nice to end on a nice rant. So with that, I will end the video for today. It looks like we had a great week, guys. We had a great week, and I'm just going to continue doing what I do and continue holding Palantir, continue accumulating Rocket Lab, some Tesla, maybe some Innovix. We'll see how they do fundamentally. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys had a great week. Let me know how much you guys are up. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's up a lot this week. Thank goodness for Elon helping Trump get elected, right? All right. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys on Monday.